Now we move to Zambia. I have to have a look at the market there and joined by Caesar Siwali, who is CEO of Pangaea Renaissance. Good morning to you, Caesar. It's probably a good time to look at take a bird's eye view of the Zambian economy for the first half of this year. How would you sum it up?
Good morning. The first half of the year for Zambia has actually been quite interesting from two different perspectives. Obviously, from the new government that's come into place, there's been quite a lot that has been happening in terms of just realigning the economy to be in line with their policies and some of the things we'd like to see happen. And generally speaking, those changes have been similar to sort of policies and structures that are already in existence in other markets, although they might not have been in Zambia over the last 10, 20 years under the MMD government. In terms of the stock exchange itself, we've actually seen this year the LISE up by about 20% compared to the same period last year. The market has continued to perform quite well, with the main drivers for the exchange actually being the banks, in particular Zanaco and Standard Chartered. Zambian breweries, your sort of fast-moving consumer goods type of businesses have done very well as well, and that's combined with British American Tobacco. So great first 6 months for the market. The biggest challenge our market continues to face, though, is that this is all largely driven by low volumes. Liquidity, so is still a bit of an issue, and this is still demonstrated by the high number of bids that we continue to see in the market, but very little supply coming through. So that, in part, has been part of the drive for the performance of the market. And then, obviously, most of those companies have had fantastic results.
Yep. Caesar, earlier on we were talking about Kenya and ARM, the cement company, 28% increase there for them in revenue, and expected growth, given the growth of the economy in Kenya and the growth on the continent. So we've got good growth rates. In your construction sector, companies that are exposed to that, are we seeing similar optimism and similar investment and growth in revenue?
No, absolutely. And it's interesting what you're saying about Kenya. I mean, with Zambia, Lafarge ended its financial year last year with approximately $100 million cash on their balance sheet. At the end of Q1, middle of Q2, they paid off most of the debt that they had raised to expand their plant in Zambia a few years ago. And so you now have a cement business in Zambia with a clean balance sheet. The government has launched a very aggressive program to link Zambia to its 8 neighboring countries in the context of infrastructure. We're seeing a lot of real estate happening in the country. And so, again, with Zambia, I think a very similar story. I think second half of the year, you'll probably see that the likes of Lafarge, Dangote is coming online later in the year. You see that space actually continue to perform extremely well. Then, in the context of a few other corporates, you've got Zambian breweries, which has continued to do relatively well. Zamefa, which is a value addition to the copper produced in country, again, is another business that continues to grow. So very, very similar story to what you've described in